Chapter 3 Part A ਰੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਇਹਦਾ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਘਰ ਚੇਪ ਵਾਲਾ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਬਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਰੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਜੋ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਲੈਣ ਗਿਆ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਤੋਂ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਚੀਨਾ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਹਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਚੀਨਾ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕੋਲ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਲੈਣਾ ਤੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਦੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਵੀ ਸੁਸ਼ਮਾ ਵਾਲਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਕਿ ਦੂਜਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਲੈਣਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ $250 ਦਾ ਤੇ ਰੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ $250 ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਫੜਦਾ ਵਾ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੜਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਫੜਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਵਾਏ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਰੇਲਵੇ ਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਛੱਡ ਗਏ ਤੇ now we're going to talk about the waste. Question number 4. A life tenancy has been granted to A1 without impeachment for waste. It's written there without impeachment for waste. You can highlight that. For which of the following action would A1 be liable? For which of the following action for the A1 would be responsible? Number 1, putting down new shingles on garage roof. So basically this one is the improvement. So this will be ameliorating waste. Number 2, allowing the tool shed to deteriorate and collapse. This is a permissive waste because it's deteriorating. Third, cutting down some trees on the property. That's voluntary. So number 4, A1 would not be liable in any of the above situation. In this situation will be the equitable waste actually. So it's number 4. Answer is number 4. We go to question number 9. There are 3 categories of waste at common law with respect to real property. Which one of the following is not one of those? Equitable, voluntary, permissive, ameliorative. So equitable is not one of them. So 3 are voluntary, permissive and ameliorating. So answer is number 1. And then we go to the question number 23. Cornelius gave a life tenancy to rule which did not expressly state, which did not clearly mention anything about rule's liability for waste. Rule will not be responsible to remainderment for which waste? So we're talking about life estate and he will not be responsible for what? He will not be responsible for, so there are 3 waste for which one of them we are not, for one of them we are not liable, and that is permissive because the property degenerate itself with the passage of time. So answer is number 1. And then we go to the question number 31. A life tenancy has been granted to A1 without liability for waste. So highlight without liability for waste. For which of the following action would A1 incur liability to the remainderment? In this situation, in equitable waste, you are not liable if you put this clause there, because if so it's the answer to number 3. Destruction and removal of all the buildings from the land out of spite to remainderment. Spite means desire to hurt. Sometimes you don't like somebody, and to the remainderment. So it's number 3. And then we go back to the question Then we go back to question number 5. Mary and John own a piece of real property as joint tenants. Which of the following is true? So now you need to know first joint tenancy. So we go back to the notes now, and there we go back to the page 2nd. What do you mean by joint tenancy? Most of us have the properties and we have registered our interest as a joint tenancy. Joint tenancy, there are 2 main things to remember. Number 1, undivided interest in the whole of the property. If you and your wife own the property, you can't say I own the front portion of the home and my wife owns the backyard of the home. No, both of you own 100% undivided interest. And number 2 is the right of survivorship. So when one die, other becomes the sole owner, 100% owner. So that means right of survivorship. And also you need to remember that you cannot give under a will. You can't say in a will, so the property goes to my son, because you can transfer the property but you cannot do through a will. And the 4 unities to remember. Unity of time. When you buy the property, you buy at the same time. unity of title, and you share the same title. So both of you register your interest same time. Unity of interest. So both of you own undivided 100% of interest. Number 4, unity of possession. Both of you have the possession, undivided interest. So basically, when do you lose that? Termination of joint tenancy. When you break one of the unity, when you break the unity of title, when you transfer the title or sell the property, or uh, when unity of title, interest and possession is destroyed, and or by agreement, or when you agree to sell, or both party agrees to transfer, or by court order, or sometimes you don't pay the payment, so the court may or the bank may foreclose. So three ways you terminate the joint tenancy: by operation of law, by agreement, and by court order. And also we can talk about uh, tenancy in common. In tenancy in common, you only have one unity, and that unity of possession. Basically, for example, three people, three of you buy the property, say the commercial property, and 33% each, 33.33 each. If one of you die, other don't become the owner in this one. It goes to still your family, and because you have only one unity, and the unity of a possession. And in this one, how this can be terminated: by agreement, when both party agree, or you can also sell your share to the existing owner, or all of you can sell the 100% share to somebody else, to a third party, or by court order. If you don't pay the payment, so the court can order to sell it. So the three ways you can terminate: by agreement to sell part, or by agreement to sell the 100%, or by court order. And and that's and that's it for this segment.